Hi, good afternoon, Sid. Hi, Nikita. Hi, Kimmy.
Hi.
Hi, how are you today?
Hi.
Good. Hi.
Good
Hi.
morning.
Good morning. Very early morning for you, isn't it, Nikita?
Yeah,
And you still
6:30.
join. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Thank you so much. We'll just start on time. We'll just wait for the others. Yeah?
Hi, Richa. I'll be there in a bit, ma'am.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Siddharth. We'll wait for others. Yeah? Thank you.
Thank you.
Should we start sharp at 4 or we give people a few more moments?
Your call, yeah. Whenever you say.
4 2? Let's start at 4 2 then.
Just a second. I'm just trying to find. Maybe look background. I can't find it.
Sorry, I didn't catch you.
I'm trying to find a much beloved background. Somehow I don't think this is appropriate.
Your video may also need adjustment.
Yeah, I'm bending forward. I'm bending forward too.
Ah,
Which is where. Anyway, guys, if you could just share this on your social media, please. I've just put a message out in the chat. If you could just copy paste that as it is and just share it. It's a direct link to this meeting. So folks on your walls and folks of the groups that you're members of, WhatsApp or Facebook or others could just take a look at that.
yeah, I would do it right away.
Hi, Charu.
Hi, Sid.
You good?
Yes.
Awesome.
Hi, Sid.
Hi, Sonali. How are you?
Fine.
Okay, I can't find the leaves that I want. I guess this one will have to be. Okay. Okay, so how many of us are here, by the way? How many of us are just because if you can see this, I have a bit of a I have one question for you. Are you there? If you're there, could you just switch on your cameras so I can see that you're there? Okay, you're there. Okay, so just one question for you. A very simple one. How do you spell Ho'oponopono? Just put in the chat box, please. Right now. Come on. You can do it. No checking up, no Googling, no this.
I like that. Sid. I'd rather
Yeah,
you
go
could
for
have asked them, how do you pronounce this word? I think
Maybe I'm
that's
doing it wrong. Maybe you're not
no,
doing
you're
it wrong.
pronouncing it correctly.
I don't know.
You're pronouncing it correctly. I get a lot of challenges. That pono thing that you do. So that's what my family says.
Oh.
That pono thing that you do, they don't pronounce it fully.
Mhm.
So they say that pono thing. So I said, okay, that pono thing means this. Yeah. So that's where I get it often. Yeah. Some people are putting yes. It has a double O in the beginning.
What? करने दीजिए ना.
Okay, I'll give them that opportunity.
To stumble. I mean, seriously.
Of course. I agree. Very interesting ones coming up.
So far, Sonali has got it the closest.
Yeah, I think so too. Yes.
Okay, has Archana tried? Archana not even tried. Come on.
Archana is smiling because she's done this before.
Oh, she's done this before.
Yeah, she's reattending. She's done it in my
Right.
students' community. So that's why she's reattending and that's why she's smiling. She's like,
Mhm.
okay, this is all above me.
Right.
I don't have to do this.
Okay, someone's this is a Google search. This is Pakka Google search. Who is
Educally.
Educally?
Who is Educally? This is quite googly.
Anshu's also done that. Anshu Sharma has also done it, man.
And she's can you please know who's Educally, please? Your name, please. I like the name Educally also. It's quite interesting.
Yeah, that's because I'm into tutoring.
Oh, lovely. What's your name, ma'am?
Yeah, my name is Radha.
Radha.
Radha. Yeah.
Ragha. Okay. Ragha. Yes, you got it right, actually.
And to be very honest, yes, I Googled it.
There you go. I mean, capital H and the apostrophe.
The apostrophe.
No.
Yeah. That gave you away. The apostrophe gave you away. The capital H, we would have still said, yeah, she's very
Right.
focused, very proper, and all of that.
Right.
Yeah, I'm like very particular about proper nouns for sure. But yeah, but I Googled it.
Uh-huh. It's
That's
very
all.
nice. Now, sometimes you just see these words as bunches of letters and we just give out just some reasonable approximation of the pronunciation. But when you actually read it and learn the pronunciation, it feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah, actually.
अच्छा वैसे गूगल आपने कर ही लिया तो बता भी दीजिए गूगल के हिसाब से कैसे प्रोनाउंस करते हैं
मैंने just spelling ही देखा, to be very honest.
हाँ वो छोटा सा स्पीकर भी बना होगा ना वहाँ पर so
हाँ
maybe
जी,
you can check that also.
I have to check
No,
it. So
yeah, I was serious. Maybe you can just share that as well. So now we got you on the microphone.
just a moment.
Looks like we have a good number coming in. So we'll give them another minute and then we can start. Till the time Educally Ragha gets back to us with the pronunciation.
Venkateshwari, glad you could join us. I know there's a lot going on in your life. Yeah.
Thanks, Sid. Thank you, Sid.
How are you?
I was consciously thinking that I have to make time on a Saturday 4 p.m. I have put it on my calendar.
Awesome.
Good. That's a very good approach. Shabana ma'am, thank you for joining. It's very early morning for you, is it? You're on mute, ma'am. Ma'am, you're on mute.
Sorry, yeah, not very early morning. It's 11:30.
Then
So-
that's fine.
I'm just sitting with my cup of coffee.
Yeah, on an early Saturday morning, which is
Yeah, yeah.
good. Very good.
Hi, Sid. How are you doing? Good to see you.
Good, Shabana. You good?
Yeah, fine. Thank you.
I know for Ritu ma'am, it's very late at night, but she still comes. She was just attending a class with me and she still came. So thank you. Yeah, I finished the class around an hour back.
My pleasure, ma'am. It's actually 6:37 a.m. here. So
AM, my. So she hasn't slept the night. She has attended a 4-hour class and she's still here. So hats off.
I think one of our camp participants takes that cake because she's in South Africa at the moment, and when we meet at 7 a.m., it's 3:30 a.m. for her,
Yeah.
and she still comes. So
So Ritu ma'am does the same thing, Sid. She
Uh-huh.
like stays through the night. I hats off to her. I have two
Really?
such partners. They're brilliant. And they're
lovely.
like, no, it's okay. We don't want you to adjust the time. You continue in your Indian timings. And she
Nice.
appears for every class. So it's brilliant. It's brilliant. Shall we start, Sid, in the interest of time? Is that okay?
Ji, let's start. So guys, thank you so much for coming over. Today is a session on. I'm not going to risk pronouncing it now. So Richa's going to do that after this.
No, please do it. Please do it.
So pronounce, I think, Ho'oponopono, right?
Yes, you
Oh,
pronounce it
goodness.
correctly.
Okay. So we're doing it on that. And for those of you who don't know Richa, which I'm guessing is about half a person over here, so she is a master's in clinical psychology. She lives and breathes the Akashic. She also works with different types of tarots. And she used to be in finance. So I'm guessing if you'd like something to know about how to get rich quick or something like that, she's probably going to be able to connect her two worlds together for you. So Richa, thank you so much for coming
How
over
sweet.
and for this session, of which I'm sure all of us are quite curious. So why don't you please
About
take it away? ma'am?
Ho'oponopono. Yes, of course. Thank you, Sid. You're very kind. Very kind, introduction as always. So Ho'oponopono. I mean, some of you are familiar. Some of you are not so familiar with this. Certainly, most of us were not so familiar with the pronunciation of it because it's an Hawaiian word. Okay, it's an ancient form of healing. But before we commence, regularly the session goes for an hour, and that's the rule of community healers. So request for everyone, please let's go through the session. I will, take you guys through a very small, introduction. Then there is a detailed meditation, and of course, after that, we are open for questions. I'm open to answer any queries, any clarifications, anything else that you require. This meditation that I'm going to take you guys through is a far more detailed one. A shorter, abridged version is existing on my YouTube channel. I know Sid is very kind. He is already recording this session. So this will also exist on the Community Healers channel. So you please go through the session. If you want to repeat the meditation in itself, in its entirety, of course, you're most welcome to repeat again. So that's the version in which we succeed. So thank you so much, everyone, for taking out your beautiful time today and joining us on a lazy Saturday afternoon. I think for the people here, active Saturday afternoon. So that's where we commence with Ho'oponopono. As I said before, it is a Hawaiian word. The word ho means to make, and pono means to create, and pono once again is to make it right. So we create as we speak, we correct as we speak. That's what it means in the simplest of English translations that comes the closest to this absolutely esoteric, yet very simple modality. And I call it a modality because I have been practicing it since 8 years. I started practicing it since 2014. And I was introduced to this in my own hypnotherapy session where I was being healed by my therapist. And she introduced me to Ho'oponopono, and I took it to like a fish to water because it's simple and yet it is very magical. And it works with repetitions. So if any one of you is familiar with the understanding of the subconscious mind, anything that we repeat it to the subconscious mind adequate number of times will make it true. The subconscious mind starts to believe in it. And that's the principle under which Ho'oponopono works. Okay, it works subconsciously. It works like a mantra. And I'm going to be introducing you to the simplified version of Ho'oponopono. The original version is a prayer. It is a 12-line prayer, and it has brought to the modern existence or our way of looking at things by a kahuna, a Hawaiian kahuna lapaku, and her name was Simona Morna. Okay. Morna Simona was very well attuned to the ways, the Hawaiian ways. And if you are familiar with the Hawaiian culture, even a little bit, then what you would realize that the Hawaiian culture is all about treating the entire world as one big family. They call everyone their ohana. So it comes from that principle of ohana where you and me are the same, and we are a part of one large family. So the word Ho'oponopono comes from that place where we come from a place of total responsibility of everything that's happening in our life. The good, the bad, the ugly. And how do we make it right? We make it right by 4 simple sentences. The sentences are in no actual order. Go this way. Please forgive me. I am sorry. I love you. I thank you. The ordering of these sentences can be changed. So you can say, I love you before, I thank you before, please forgive me later, I am sorry later. It's entirely your choice. How this will flow depends on you, how you are comfortable in saying it. Now, your question to me might be, what happens when we just say it? Let's understand it from an energetic point of view. We all know that words carry frequency. They have an energy attached to them. When this is said with feeling, that starts to change your energetic frequency and the frequency of things around you, all around you. And it starts to shift that. And as it starts to shift that, the entire energetic, your entire frequency starts to shift up. To shift up to which frequency? To that of love, forgiveness, and gratitude. As we understand, gratitude is probably the only frequency, one of the highest frequency that can be maintained. The frequency of joy, bliss, love can drop and go up and drop. It can have drops. But as far as the frequency of gratitude is concerned, it can be pegged to that frequency. And that's what Ho'oponopono does. It pegs the entire energy frequency of the person who's doing Ho'oponopono there. And as they start to do it, they start to change the frequency of things around them. There's a very interesting modern miracle story attached to this whole phenomenon or the modality of Ho'oponopono, and it belongs to a Hawaiian psychiatrist. His name was Dr. Yulen. He was Morna Simona's disciple, and he had learned these ancient ways from her. Now, he was made to be responsible for a ward of criminally insane patients. And there were 22 inmates there. And he didn't know how to heal them because everything that he had tried had failed. And he had a huge turnover of staff, of people also who were supposed to take care of these inmates. So he didn't know what to do because everything that had been tried had failed, including the most severest of psychiatric drugs. So what he did was he started practicing Ho'oponopono. How did he do that? He started saying Ho'oponopono to himself by taking the file of every inmate. And this is what he would say, that the darkness that is inside you, a portion of that darkness is inside me too. And to that darkness inside me, I take responsibility for. And to that darkness inside me, I say these words, please forgive me. I'm sorry. I love you. I thank you. And he started saying them over and over and over again. Now, what happens 2 years down the line? 2 years down the line, the entire ward had to be shut down because 21 out of the 22 inmates healed. They became all right. And only one had to be transferred out to another ward. And hence, this became a modern miracle story. So who heard about it? Joey Vitale heard about it. You may have known of his fame from the movie The Secret. He's said to be a proponent of law of attraction. So he heard about it and he went rushing to Dr. Yulen, asking him about this miracle, asking him what had he done that has caused this change. And he introduced him to Ho'oponopono. So Dr. Yulen and Dr. Vitale together wrote a book called Zero Limits. And the entire modality with its processes is laid down in the book. However, I never read the book till very recently, till around 2 years back. And I have still been practicing Ho'oponopono just using these 4 sentences. And I have my own miracle stories to talk about. The best way it has helped me is it keeps me in an even centered place. It allows me to forgive others. It allows me to forgive myself. And it has allowed me to move on and has brought about peace in many, many of my relationships, wherever altercations have occurred or wherever I have held back resentment or have gotten angry over something. And that's how Ho'oponopono has helped me. So that's a little and long and short of Ho'oponopono in a nutshell. So I hope all of you are excited to get into the meditation. Is that okay? Shall we quickly get into the meditation? It will take around 20 to 25 minutes, depending on our pace. I will pace the meditation very, very slowly so that everyone's comfortable. My request to each of you is please be seated very comfortably with your back supported, your feet flat on the ground or in lotus position. Make sure your ankles are not crossing each other. If you do that, the energy cancels itself out. This position of your legs is fine, or feet flat on the ground. That's the best way to start a meditation. Back supported. Yes? Very good. And we begin. Please take a moment. Take a few deep breaths by closing our eyes and going into our inner world. This is the world where we will experience the magic of Ho'oponopono. As we begin Ho'oponopono, we remember that the Ho'oponopono prayer is always directed towards self. It is a way in which we invoke the divinity in ourselves. It is a practice of oneness where we recognize that we are all part of one consciousness. And as such, we are a part of everything that's around us and everybody that is present in our experience of this life. And hence, everybody who's there is affected by our actions and reactions. So as we continue to breathe deeply and completely, we breathe deeply by inflating our stomach as we inhale, and we breathe out by deflating our stomach fully. We remember once again that today is a wonderful day to set our intention to heal and clear any negative, incompatible energies that you may be experiencing. And remembering that as we move forward in this moment, in mind, body, and spirit, we get perfectly aligned to our highest good and the highest good of everyone connected to us. Ho'oponopono continues to be a method to connect to our authentic core, our highest self in the now. So let's tune into the first line of the prayer. I am sorry. Place both your hands on your heart center as you do this. You feel deep compassion within yourself as you start to warm from inside out and repeat, I am sorry. I am sorry. I am sorry. I am sorry. At this moment, emotions may well up, things may come up. If emotions start to flow, allow your healing. Allow it to happen. Let it surface because it's time. I am sorry. I am sorry. We are moving very gently, very lovingly into the second line of the prayer. If it's comfortable for you to keep holding your hands over our heart, do so. If it's not, your hands can be in your lap with your palms facing upwards. As you move gently into the second line of the prayer, please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. This is the moment where we forgive ourselves and forgive everyone around us who may have caused us pain or suffering, who may have angered us, or who may have hurt us. This is the magic of forgiveness that is moving throughout your body. It may invoke responses in your body as you say, please forgive me to yourself. Aches and pains may come up and they gently might just leave as you continue to say these words. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Continue to stay with your experience as you keep going in deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper with every breath you take into a deep, deep state, into a deep, deep state. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. We're gently moving into the third line of the prayer now. I love you. I love you. I love you. As you say these beautiful words, you mean them fully. And as you mean them fully, you ask your body to open up. And you imagine the energy of unconditional love coursing through you, through every cell, muscle, tissue, fiber, and bone in your being. This energy of love, the highest energy in the universe, the most healing energy, as it courses through you, it lets you let you go. All that does not serve you in the here and now simply starts to melt away with the magic of I love you. I love you. I love you. For many of you, this may be a moment of catharsis. If you're experiencing emotions, allow them to flow. Remember, this is a place of no fear, no judgment, no resistance. It's a place of being in the now and this love that you feel for yourself and all that is there around you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Going deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper into your own experience. All that is happening around you is just right. It is meant to happen. All that is leaving you is meant to leave you. You are an allower into your own healing as you continue to say this, I love you. I love you. I love you. Very gentle, very loving. We move into the fourth line of the prayer. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. As you say this, waves of gratitude are wafting towards you. It's flowing in and around you and through you, cleansing, clearing, illuminating, and clearing all incompatible energies that no longer serve you in the now. Past choices will come up in front of you. Deeds, actions, patterns, experiences. For each of them, you're saying this, I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. They have served you and they are now leaving you because it is their time. You are realizing the lessons that each of these past choices, deeds, actions, experiences were supposed to get for you. Allowing and understanding the 4 lines of the prayer once again. Please forgive me. I am sorry. I love you. I thank you. Please forgive me. I am sorry. I love you. I thank you. Please forgive me. I am sorry. I love you. I thank you. As you keep repeating this in your mind, you feel a wellness of energy, relaxation, calm, peace. It feels like light that is coming from inside, charging you up. Every cell, muscle, tissue, fiber, and bone in your being is feeling this. Anything that is supposed to leave you is leaving you as you continue this practice. Please forgive me. I am sorry. I love you. I thank you. Please forgive me. I am sorry. I love you. I thank you. Please continue saying this in your mind again and again, remembering that the order is not important, but the words are. And remembering you are saying it to that divine self within you. The house of that divine self is your heart center. To your heart center, you are directing these words. Please forgive me as you continue to say it with feeling. I am sorry. I love you. I thank you. These words are filling you up completely and fully. And as it starts to do that, you feel a tingling in your body, in your entire body, almost as if you're getting lighted up, charged up. And as you continue to get lighted up and charged up, this energy starts to expand. It starts to go out in front of you, creating a bubble or a shield all around you. As you continue saying these words in your mind, please forgive me. I am sorry. I love you. I thank you. As this energy continues to expand, it starts to fill up this room where you are. You will now start to see a circle of people around you. Anyone else that you may want to forgive today. You may want to let go today. Any past resentment, hurts, choices that you are no longer happy with. Anything that's coming up in your mind will appear in front of you as the charged up energy of these words allow these to be healed and allow forgiveness to happen. And this energy is continuing to expand from the room where you are to the place where you are, your home, your apartment, your building, your villa, wherever you are. And it's filling up the entire locality where you stay. It's giving it the ephemeral energy of Ho'oponopono, remembering it is coming from the place of Ohana. We are one large family, one large consciousness, the parts of the same one, the prime creator energy, the one we call the one. Knowing and understanding that you're allowing this energy to expand further from the place where you are to your city, to your state, your country. And you feel this now filling up the world. The energy of Ho'oponopono is making circles around the world as you continue to chant for everyone and for yourself, remembering that you are divine and so is everyone else because they are parts of the same energy. Please forgive me. I am sorry. I love you. I thank you. Please forgive me. I am sorry. I love you. I thank you. Please forgive me. I am sorry. I love you. I thank you. As you continue to chant this, you understand that you're contributing to the light of oneness, the light of love that surrounds the world. Your chanting is contributing towards world peace, love, and the nourishment and the nurturing that Mother Gaia needs, Mother Earth needs from all of us. Please gently direct both of your beautiful warm hands towards Mother Earth as you start to envision her like a small world in front of you, like the vision of a world. And with both of your hands held up in a blessing, continue to bless Mother Earth with the loving energy of Ho'oponopono. Please forgive me. I am sorry. I love you. I thank you. Knowing fully well as we continue to do this, we reach the zero state, the state of one consciousness, the state where anything is possible, where all miracles happen. And that's the state where we are driving at as we continue to chant, as we continue to be in this expansion, in the now, for a few more moments. Continue to stay in your experience as you keep going in deeper and deeper and blessing Mother Earth. Allow your energy to be in your expanded state and stay in the now. Stay in the experience. Stay with the experience. Stay with the experience. This is the moment now to retract our energy. You're allowing this beautiful light to come back once again to your heart center. This energy of love, forgiveness, and gratitude, the energy of Ho'oponopono, the energy of your chanting is returning back to you into your heart center. Allow this energy to retract as it comes back in your heart center as a warm feeling of love, gratitude, and forgiveness. Once again, place your hands over your heart and warm it up. As you do this, all healing that needs to occur happens and continues to happen. As you continue to chant these words, please forgive me. I am sorry. I love you. I thank you. Please forgive me. I am sorry. I love you. I thank you. Please forgive me. I am sorry. I love you. I thank you. With a smile on your lips and peace in your heart, very gently, very lovingly, whenever you're ready, come back in the now. Very gently, taking your own time for your consciousness to return, coming back in the now, whenever you're ready. Very gently, very lovingly, whenever we are ready, please come back. Please come back. Please come back in the now. Take your time. Please come back. I understand, Raga. It's absolutely all right. Thank you so much for attending, and I hope you had a good time. Thank you, Raga. Yes, please come back. How are we all feeling? Please come back. Anyone has any questions, any this thing, please raise your hands. It would get easier for us to understand and, of course, to answer your questions. The chat window is open. If anyone wants to write a chat, or you are most welcome to speak up, but please raise your hand. I hope you guys had a good experience. Binal, thank you for joining us. I just saw you. Thank you. Yes. So some are feeling super calm. Everyone else, any questions, my friends? Happy to answer questions. If any questions around the process. It's a very, very simple process. Yet, if you guys have a question, happy to answer.
Ma'am, I have a question. This
Yes,
meditation we can do for us only, like for forgiving ourselves, or we can also do it for others. I mean, if we have some problem with someone.
Yes. Yes. We can do it for others as well, Neha. Thank you so much for asking that, because what happens with Ho'oponopono, most people think it's only for others. I have to forgive others. I have to get this. Remember, it is from you to others. The energy is coming from you. So any cleansing that needs to be done, this is largely a cleansing prayer, it has to begin from you. So we have to recognize the role that we have played for which we need to forgive someone. It does not matter whether the hurt was more from their side and less from us. But we have to recognize we have to come from a place of responsibility where we say that the darkness that has been caused in us, Ho'oponopono terms everything as light and darkness. It says that the darkness that has been caused, a part of it is in me. So as I forgive me, I also forgive you. But I forgive me first. I begin with me first. I ask for forgiveness here first. And then I direct that forgiveness towards others. So we can imagine others to be in a circle around us. We can imagine a past incident, anything that has troubled you, pained you, and allow that to be bathed in the light of Ho'oponopono by repeating these lines again and again as you remember that incident and as you let go. Letting go is very, very important in Ho'oponopono. Only then can we correct as we speak, and we create new futures or new present moments as we speak. For the correction to occur, the letting go has to occur. The forgiveness has to occur. Yes, I
So
hope
from
that
our side,
explains.
we can cleanse ourselves, but does it like miracle we are saying? So from other person, he's not doing anything or she's not doing anything. Only we are doing. So will it also create something better for the relationship if other person is still having the same thing?
I'll give you a very simple example, Neha. Imagine there are two sides of a rope. I am not forgiving, so is the other person not, and both sides are held on tightly. If I let go, do you think there'll be any tension left in the rope? Then do you think that the situation will change?
Yes.
And then after some time, the other person will also think, hi, I'm holding on to something very tightly. There seems to be no other end to it. The other end is gone. So after some time, that realization does come into the other person, but the speed at which it will come into the other person depends on the consciousness at the level at where they are. But that's not for us to decide. And for us to judge. When will they forgive? They will forgive when they are ready. But at least from my side, I will first forgive me for whatever reason I caused the darkness and whatever was my role in the darkness, even if it was a minute atomic role, it's all right. To that role and to that darkness, I'm saying, please forgive me. I am sorry. I love you. I thank you. To the other person also. Remember, it's quite difficult to say the words I love you. स्पेशली तो यहाँ से सबसे मुश्किल होती है और उधर से और ज्यादा हाँ उसको आई लव यू कैसे बोल दूं And forgive me, what do you mean? How do you think I can forgive? Most of us have issues there. Yes, without
Yeah.
realizing that forgiveness is the ultimate freedom for you first. You will be free. Whether the other one is free or not, they'll be free when they are ready. Yes? Yes. Thank you so much, Neha. Someone else was asking, Anamika. Yes, Anamika, please
Yeah,
ask.
Richa, I actually wanted to ask and highlight this point also, that it's really very difficult to say I love you, especially like other statements like I'm sorry and then please forgive me and thank you are still okay. But I feel it very difficult to say I love you to someone for whom my heart is filled with lot of hurt and anger.
Correct.
So that doesn't come naturally. So
Of course. So hence, it first needs to come naturally here, Anamika. If it comes naturally here, then it will come naturally for others too. Remember again, I reiterating, this is not for others. It is for you. And everything is directed here, not over there. यहाँ से शुरुआत कीजिए. दूसरों का विजुअलाइज नहीं भी कर पाए कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. खुद को बोलिए. Because as you start to do that, that hurt which that other person has caused, your love for yourself will take over. And it will heal that hurt. And you will find it easier to let go. Because that hurt needs healing. The other person may not even realize the level of hurt that they have caused you. And hence they will never probably come to take away the hurt. Happens? Isn't that true? Yet you're still suffering.
absolutely, yeah.
Yet you're still suffering. And the other person doesn't even know you're suffering. So who needs to take care of that suffering? So we are the superheroes that we have been waiting for, the Captain Marvels and the Captain Americas of the world. We begin here first. I find Ho'oponopono the superhero of feelings because it's so simple. Yeah, it's almost a superhero or a superheroine for that matter. Yeah, we are not gender specific. Yes, Anamika, is that okay?
Yeah, got it. Thanks so
I
much.
never said it was easy. I said it is simple.
Yeah.
I never claimed it was easy. I said it is simple. Of course, it is simple. It's just 4 lines. Yet it carries a wealth of the entire wisdom of the world in these 4 lines. And that is why it is practiced throughout the world. And it's practiced in several formats throughout the world. And we chant for others as well when we get to hear, we chant for them, please forgive me, I'm sorry, when we get to hear of someone else's trouble. It's a form of unconditional prayer. You don't have to take anyone's permission to do Ho'oponopono for them. Very lovingly in your heart, you can say, may this energy go there and heal the other person or give them what they need. Again, it's the nature of the prayer is unconditional. Yes? Yes, anyone else? Any questions, my friends? Yes, Bina, you are on mute, my dear.
Hi, Richa.
Hi.
Firstly, I love the analogy that you gave about the rope. It so simply just explains so many things that we struggle with. So thanks so much for that. Second, my question is again similar to what Anamika ji had as well, but slightly in a different context. Now, like you gave the example of Dr. Yunan who did it for his patients, right? Now, I am a music therapy intern currently, and I work with cancer patients.
Correct.
And so often, because I work in palliative care, so often I come back after a session when the patient is feeling better and I am feeling very low because I carry the feeling that I have only made him or her feel good temporarily. Like typically in palliative care, literally the clinical file says that like 1W, which means 1 week is given to the patient.
Correct. I understand.
Right? So I know I'm dealing with a patient. So when I go home tonight and when I come back in the morning, while I'm driving to the hospital, I'm not sure if that patient will still be there. Right? Amidst the dynamics that we are working, and at points where I feel that I should do more, can I practice this for my patients?
Of course. Yes. So coming to that, and Kimi has asked a similar question, and another lady, I believe, just a second, let me catch her name, Supriya Nagar. She's asked a similar question. How do we do this for others? Okay, again, coming from that place of total responsibility and understanding that that problem is there on the other side. So Kimi asked, do I need to state the problem? You can visualize the problem, but remember, and again, reiterating, the prayer is always towards self, towards that energy within me, which is saying that, yes, that problem is there, and I'm a part of the problem. I am connected to that problem. And to that connection within me, I am saying this, please forgive me. I am sorry. I love you. I thank you. So Priya, to your mom, if she has hallucination, she's connected to you. So to that connection within you, you're saying to that connection, please forgive me. I am sorry. I love you. I thank you. Your question might be, what is a good time or a good number? That is a good number to do this prayer. As all mantras, it is 108 is a good number, but however, it does take a while to do the 108. So what you can do is you can chant it at least 11 times. That's a good number. Chant it as many times as you can. Remember, you can keep saying Ho'oponopono as you're doing your work, as you're doing other things. It does not require a meditative stance. Yet it requires enough mindfulness for you to know that you're saying these words and you're not just saying, just chattering it. You understand the difference? A level of mindfulness is required, yet it does not need you to be in a meditative state. Anything that you do in a meditative state, of course, is more effective. Yet if you're busy with other work, it is wonderful. Yes, Manvi, thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Thank you for
Thanks
coming.
a lot. Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed it.
I'll connect it again with you.
Yes, of course. God bless
Thank you.
You please
Thank
take
you.
care.
Bye-bye. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yes, Shavana ma'am, what's your question, please?
No, it's not a
Thank you,
question,
Bima.
but no, it's not a question, but because I practice and I heard a few comments here, for me, it is just, when your mind is, so for me, when my mind gets into a negative thought process or, how to stop that, I chant this and I can just chant this continuously. It becomes like a prayer, or, when you're talking to yourself or something like that. I do this when I go to sleep, and then I just sleep off while I do this. So there is no place, time, or anything to do.
Yes.
For me, it is. It becomes a part of life. I'm doing this for the last 2 years, and it's a part of life. If I feel, somebody has hurt me immediately, like just now somebody said something mean, I say that because that thought, that hurt should not get into your depths. So you immediately clean it, like जैसे कोई धूल आ गई, कुछ चीज पे धूल आ गई यार, उस पे clean कर दो फटाफट, वो धूल जमने मत दो. That is what I am doing right now. Yeah.
And it's
so किसी ने भी
perfect.
कुछ भी अगर hurt किया तो फटाफट बोल दो, finish कर दो उसको.
Correct. This does not
That's my
mean
experience.
Yes, you're absolutely right, Shabana ma'am. And thank you so much for bringing that perspective. It doesn't mean that we deliberately allow someone to hurt us. Of course, boundaries play there and we need to put a stop to it. Yet, we do not allow that hurt to remain. To find, जैसे मैम ने बहुत प्यार से बोला, धूल जमने मत दो, उसको वहीं साफ कर दो. And say, please forgive me, I'm sorry, I love you, I thank you. The analogy of Ho'oponopono is, or rather the analogy of the flapping of a butterfly's wings, which changes the oceans, the currents in the ocean. If you guys are aware of this case study, it is said that when the butterflies flap their wings, currents in oceans get changed, and it's a case study that has been proved. So it is like the flapping of a butterfly's wings. We cannot take away the importance of these infinitesimally small prayers. It's very, very powerful. Please never take away the power that each has. When said with feeling, when said with love, when said with everything in your heart, it carries a massive amount of power. So say it with that love, but first to that divinity within you, as it continues to recognize the divinity within others too. Others are as divine as we are. जो हमारा नमस्ते या प्रणाम का कॉन्सेप्ट है, उसी का लार्जर कॉन्सेप्ट होपोनोपोनो है. As we continue to do this, this is what happens. So Shabana ma'am, thank you so much. A very loving way to bring that to the table. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Any other thoughts, feelings, views? Happy to hear. I hope you guys enjoyed this session and it was calming for you guys. A worthy spend of your Saturday afternoons and mornings and evenings. And
in this
yes,
third in the third session, in the third line. I don't
Yes.
know, maybe I spaced out. When I came around, I felt very exhausted.
Uh-huh. So you think you went into a very deep state, Rekha ma'am? That's what happened to you?
I don't know.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I'm wondering whether I fell off to sleep or I went into it. But when I came around to the fourth line, only this third line I was not there. I
Okay.
mean, I was there, and then suddenly I don't know how much time lapsed.
Uh-huh.
We went to the fourth line, and when I came to it, I was feeling very exhausted, very
Mhm.
tired.
Mm-hmm. Is it difficult for you to say I love you to yourself, Rekha ma'am?
I never gave it a thought.
Give it a thought. Possibly that's where you spaced out. Just give it a thought.
Okay, because I say this Ho'oponopono prayer for 2 years. I've been doing it often,
Yeah.
but more for the last 1.5, 3
Good.
months. I'm doing it
Good.
more regularly on a daily basis.
Very good. Very good. Please continue doing it. You will see all the benefits that come with it. What I practiced today was the enlarged version, where I have placed it into a meditative format and it went into with a visualization. What, of course, the simplest format is just repeating the lines, but saying it with mindfulness, with feeling, and not just saying it. Okay, so whenever we say it as we mean it. So you have to say it to mean it.
Yeah, no, I do that. I say it with me. It is not just a mindless chant. It's not a mindless chant.
Because if you do it mindlessly, then it won't work. But if you do it mindfully, absolutely, of course.
And I have had very good results with the every time and every day, not every time, every day I do it
Yes.
number of times.
Of course. Very good.
Especially when I wake up first thing and before I go to sleep. And it's really good.
Wonderful. Very good. Very good. I'm glad. And I hope this has helped you a little bit more. I'm glad.
Thank
Very
you.
good. You're most welcome. Yes. Anita, thank you so much for your words. You used to do it for your mother during her health. And in a few days, she saw so much improvement. Wonderful. Thank you so much for bringing that to the table, Anita. Would you like to talk a little bit about it? So it's such a wonderful story that you're sharing. Anita, are you here? Hello? Okay. Yes. Please share the story with all of us. We'd love to hear. Please share. Hello. I think she's finding it probably difficult. No problem. Okay. No problem. Yes. Okay. Anyone else would like to? So, Sunita ma'am, you can listen to the entire meditation. So it is very kind. He has taped the whole thing. He will put it up on the Community Healers channel. Please watch the space in Community Healers. The link will come up there. Please watch for a post from him. Yes. Yes, Anita. Please. Yeah. Please share.
Hi, Richa.
Hi.
You know, I don't know whether you can remember me. Sorry. Last year, my mother had a very bad health problem. I mean, she suffered a lot with congestive heart failure and lot of medication problem. And I am in Ghana, Africa. I went through a really tough time.
Yes.
I mean, for some days, you know, I mean, not some days, for almost for months, she used to have very disturbed evenings. Evening around 6 o'clock, I used to have really scary time from 6 to 9. During those days, you helped me a lot with this. You introduced me from your channel. I saw this Ho'oponopono and I tried. I used to try your energy ball also, like making a ball and sending it and all those things. Also, I used to do. So I tried this Ho'oponopono from your channel and with you. Then at least for 1 week, I just used to sit with her around 6 o'clock in the evening, and like how we people read Hanuman Chalisa or something else. Similarly, I just used to read. I just used to repeat these statements, keeping a hand on her. Yeah, it took at least, I mean, I'll say, I don't say a couple of days. It took at least 4 or 5 days or a week for her to get into the tune. But after that, it worked like a magic. I mean, around 6 o'clock, I used to start. and continuously 1 hour chant of these 8 statements.
Yeah.
And without me knowing where I am or without she knowing where she is, and she used to fall into sleep for at least a half an hour, and after half an hour she's fine. Then I just felt that this Ho'oponopono definitely calms the mind. Then beyond this, what it will do, I'm very sorry, I have not explored, because last year, entire last year, my only intention was how to take my mother out of Ghana health safely to India. So
I hope ma'am is doing much better now. How is she doing now, ma'am?
Yes. She is
Right.
doing too good. She is in
Very happy.
Bangalore. She's doing
Yeah.
very well. She's with my sister.
I'm very
And
glad. Very happy.
even today she says, she'll remember you all people, and she keeps saying, you remember that lady, she used to send energy. I tell you, yes, she's there. I keep seeing her now.
Oh, you're very kind, Anita, ma'am. You're very, very kind. And I'm very glad to know that ma'am is doing better. Very,
I
very
used to continuously chant with her. Just all these 8 statements, no intentions, nothing. All
Good.
my intention was just to calm her down. Nothing else. So if someone is asking that whether it will work for others, as I tell you, to work for others, first I think we have to be in a calmer state. When we are saying that I am sorry, that means that it is not really sorry. It is just that I am surrendering. I am okay. I am just giving it up. Whatever, if I do any mistake or anything, whatever it is, I'm just giving it up. So for all the unknown things, I am sorry. So I'm getting my mind prepared to accept it. Then when we see the other statements, it automatically will fall into the line.
Correct. Absolutely.
Once you have a connection with the other people, even far away places also, just set the focus. Keep chanting. It will not. This is not a magic. This is not at all a magic. It won't work in a 1 day, 2 day. Like in a films, they show in a CGI effect immediately. Something it will not happen. It will take a week. At least to show some positive result, it will take at least a week of continuous practice. Continuous practice, and your focus should be constant. Yeah, in this case, my mother is a focus, so it worked. But I don't know tomorrow if my mother-in-law is there, how it works. I don't know.
Okay, but I would encourage you to say it with the same amount of love for your mother-in-law too. Anyway, very good. Thank you, Anita. I remember it very distinctly. I remember your mom too. I'm very happy to know that she's fine and very good. Lovely. Thank you for bringing this example. Thank you, everyone else. I can see so many lovely comments from each one of you. If anyone else wants to share, please do. We still have 6 minutes to go. Else we can look at closing the session. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have. As I said, very simple process. We have to do it with intention. We have to do it with love, always towards ourselves and in any order that you prefer. I introduced the order of forgiveness, love, and gratitude. You can change the ordering too. Any way it works. So you can start with I thank you. It's entirely, and some places it just says thank you. So even that is perfectly all right. Yeah, I thank you or thank you is the same. Yes. Any other questions, my friends?
Richa, I just have.
Yes, Huzan. Okay, one. Supriya, I'll come to you in a minute. Huzan,
Sure,
please.
sure,
Yes, Huzan.
I had a very heavy feeling and a massive headache after the session.
Right now?
It's better now, but it was really, really bad. It started behind my eyes and went all the way up.
Is there a lot for you to forgive, Huzan, ma'am?
Yeah.
That's why probably it was heavy. I would suggest grounding to you, having a warm something, a coffee or a tea, resting after the session, and I would really encourage you to practice.
Okay, definitely.
Letting go. Yeah, the energy coming up, the physical discomfort that you are feeling is a part of the release.
Okay.
It takes time, yeah, and it takes repetitions. If it gets uncomfortable, you can stop it in between. There is no problem. What I would urge you is consistent practice whenever it's comfortable for you. Everyday practice, slowly and surely the energy will melt away.
Great. Thank you.
You're most welcome. Yes, Supriya, you had a question?
Yes, Richa. So as I
Please
told
tell.
you, my mom has been hallucinating.
Correct.
Right, and she has some Parkinson also,
Mhm.
and but more of hallucinations.
Mhm.
And both the medications, they are, opposite. One increases dopamine and one calms the brain.
One
Anyway,
reduces it, yeah.
yes, one reduces it. So the thing is, hallucinations are more. So how do I pray? How do I chant Ho'oponopono so that for her to be calm? I mean, do
So,
I always sit with her, hold her hands like how Anita said, or
or you can even do with distance. What Anita ma'am gave was a very beautiful example. You can look
right?
at it. If she stays with you, then it's brilliant to do it with her. But
Okay,
if she's resting or sleeping or anything, you can sit next to her and just visualize that from you the energy is going to her with a lot of
okay,
unconditional love. But
okay,
again, reiterating the love is always first you. So
okay,
first Supriya, then to her mom.
okay,
Okay. It
okay,
works distantly as well. Very beautifully it works. Okay.
okay,
You don't
okay.
have to be in front of the person. But if she's with you, then of course, why not? The
Yes,
person also
absolutely.
feels very good. The energy of these words are very loving. It's a
Yeah,
very vibrant, strong word. Okay. When you say I love you to somebody, it's a very beautiful sound to it. No?
absolutely. Yeah. And do I have to say them aloud, or it can be
आप allowed अगर वो comfortable है आप allowed बोलिए. If she's not comfortable, say it in your mind.
okay? Okay. Thank
But
you so much.
chanting, when we use our lips, when you chant, when we
Yeah.
say words, no, they have spellings in them. They cast spells.
Right,
So it's
right.
good to chant loud.
Chant it
So
aloud. Right.
it works the
Okay.
best when you say.
Okay. 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 Thank you so much, Richa.
You're most welcome.
Thank you so much.
Can we take one last question before we close the session? Anyone else? No? Sid, is it okay? Yeah, Archana ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Bataiye.
Thank you so much, Richa. I'm practicing this regularly since I did workshop with you. And it always gives me happiness and calm and peace. Thank you
You
so
are one very good student, Archana ma'am. आप जो भी सीखते हैं उसको आप पूरा से follow करते हैं. That's wonderful. Very good. I'm glad you're practicing. That's what is important. So I'm very glad. I'm very happy to know that you're practicing. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yes, Sid, is it okay if we look at closing the session? What is your view? Any words from you?
Whatever you say, are we done?
Yes, I think no further words or questions or anything. So let's give people 1 minute back in the calendar. Yes.
The link of the YouTube.
So Sid will upload it onto the community.
It's already in the chat. Just take a look at that, please. I'll post
Yeah.
it again.
And here आप तो post भी डाल देते हैं ना सिर्फ so सिर्फ post भी कर देते हैं usually. आप अगर community healers का channel follow करते हैं आपको वहां मिल जाएगा. You have to just follow that channel. Yes.
I was just checking
Here
on
you
YouTube.
go.
I don't know how to get there.
I've put the link again. Please
You
take a
just
look
put
at
the
that.
link on the
Thank
chat.
you.
You can save the link. Yes. Are you all good? So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. You are all my Ohana. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I love you. I thank you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Many thanks and gratitude.
Beautiful session. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
Gratitude. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Ashna ma'am.
Thank you so much, Richa ma'am.
Thank you, Anshu. Thank you so much. Thank you, Nikita. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ritu ma'am.